Good morning from Los Angeles. Bloody red day today. What's happening, everyone? Hope you guys had a good weekend. Seems like we're back to the tariff musical chairs. Geopolitical situation is not cleared up. Yeah, a lot going on, and it's a tough Monday. So crypto definitely continuing weakness, selling off. Precious metals are doing better compared to what's going on in the indexes. So in the indexes, we've been going sideways for at least 6 weeks, really, really tight range. And then actually we've been going sideways for months now. It's going to be interesting. So as a technician, let's say, or technical, I follow some technicals, obviously. Besides fundamentals, we have this tight range. So if you're inclined to pay attention to technicals, tight ranges mean a big move one way or the other is coming up. I don't know where the bias is, but a lot of people's bias is on the upside, obviously. So the longer we go sideways, the bigger the move is going to be, up or down. In order for us to figure out which way, I think on SPY, it's pretty clear. It's 675 and 695. And, I'll put up the charts in a minute, but the other thing that I pay very close attention to, I mean, I like naked charts. I don't like drawing lines like most people do, unless it's completely necessary. The sideways action is going on because the Mag 7 stalled, or Mag 10 if you look at it, right? So if you look at NVIDIA and Google and Apple and Microsoft and Meta, they're all just going sideways to lower, actually. Actually, a few of them don't look that good, but whichever way we go is the way we're going to get probably a 5% quick move up or down minimum. And as long as the other thing that I pay attention to, I have on my charts, is the Bollinger Bands, right? This is the tightest the Bollinger Bands have been over the last 3 years. Once the Bollinger Bands start opening up or expanding, right, we'll walk up either the lower band, walk down the lower band, or walk up the lower band, one or the other. And it is definitely a curious situation, to say the least. So good morning. Welcome to Trading with Sergio every Monday, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Let me put the link up if anybody wants to join. Here it is. Copy. Here's the link. All I'm asking is you're in a... We're going to talk about anything you want to talk about. All I'm asking is you're in a quiet place with a good internet reception so we don't get cut off. I took some profits. I had a good trade put on Walmart. I have some put debit spreads on SPY, 685, 675. So those are working out at the moment. So I'm kind of hedged, not fully, but I have some put credit spreads on a couple of other stocks. So trying to be really careful, trying to keep dry powder as much as I can. Because a lot of stocks within, especially the popular names such as, I don't know, Hood and Palantir and SoFi, they're just in their own bear markets. They have been in their own bear markets for a while. So if we don't get a breakout, or if we don't expand the range to the upside and go above 695, which probably will take us to 720 on SPY, where are we going to be, right? Where are those stocks going to be? Well, they're not going to go higher, I can assure you that. So we'll see. We'll see where it's going to be. So I'm just waiting for the market to tell me which way we're going to go, and then I'll just put the gas on. Otherwise, size correctly and takes losses when I need to and take profits when I need to, and figure out what's working in this market. Today, not much is working. But Walmart worked. I mean, it's definitely counter trending. It was up about $3 and took some nice profits there. I had put credit spread, and with that money I bought some call debit spread. So I just liquidated the call debit spread side with profits because that's more data sensitive. And the part of the trade with the put credit spreads is data works for me on that one. So I kept the put credit spreads but sold the call debit spreads with a double. And that's about it. Keeping the put debit spreads on SPY. My sizing is correct, so I'm not going to worry about it, even if the put credit spreads kind of work against me on that. Mostly they're March regular expiration. So we'll see. We'll see where we're going to go. I mean, crypto is in a bear market. I have a video coming out at noon today. Please go check it out. Whoever says whatever, they're lying to themselves. Crypto is definitely in a bear market. So from Ethereum to Bitcoin to Solana, although I did DCA Bitcoin this morning, like I've been doing all year last year and all year this year. Every Monday I put in the same dollar amount, small dollar amounts. I don't change the dollar amount. And I think I paid 65-ish for today's purchase. That's the only current crypto I'm accumulating. I bought my first Bitcoin in 2020, didn't do anything for 4 years, 4.5 years. Actually, I'm averaging up now, so I'm okay with it. I still do believe crypto is going to work out. I don't think it's going to be as soon as people are anticipating or hoping, specifically Michael Saylor types and Tom Lee types. So yeah, it's tough. Silver and gold rallying a little bit. I'm not sure if they're going to go retest those highs, the crazy parabolic highs that they put in. I think it's going to be mostly sideways to probably lower, because once risk assets are sold off, everything gets sold off. It doesn't make any difference, although you can find some gems in the 52-week high list. Actually, looking at that list, you wouldn't be able to tell the market's down sharply today. There are a lot of greens in that. And but the ones that were getting hit, they're getting hit some more today, right? The only exception is PayPal. PayPal supposedly is in buyout talks with someone. I don't know how those things work out, although the weekly options are trading ridiculous amount of volume, right? All the gamblers are in there. Is it going to be a buyout by Friday? I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure why it would go. I mean, but out of the money calls there are just going nuts. Thousands of contracts are trading. And we know what happens when that happens. The IV goes up. Mostly the sellers are dealers and market makers. And at some point they have to hedge. But I don't think that's happening yet. I have my group of stocks that I have a shopping list on, and when they get to my prices, I'm just going to execute the trade. If it doesn't, then I'll just patiently wait. But we're a curious spot here. So 675, 695 on SPY is the key for me on a closing basis. If we do close below it, 675, I think we're going to definitely go to the 200 EMA on SPY, which is down to 650 range. And same thing on the upside. If we get above 695, I think we're going to probably get up to 720. So 5 to 7% move is going to be pretty quick. So be alert, folks. The other thing is, I'll take a look at TLT. I didn't look at it. What's happening to interest rates? If TLT is going up, that means interest rates are going down. That means some flight to quality is happening. And what else? Yeah, that's about it. So good morning. Good morning, Manny P. Good morning, Doug, Mike, Traveler, Luis. So in hindsight, what strategies are working for you? I mean, you know what I'm doing in the chat group, the members chat group. What I'm doing is what you're seeing, my man. I'm selling some put credit spreads on stocks that I potentially want to own, even if not own. Selling some premium with defined risk downside, not naked strangles or not naked puts or calls, because when the volatility picks up like this, selling naked puts, even if you cash secure put. There was a great video I tweeted out, by the way. I actually retweeted it, and I've been saying this for a while. You know, all the YouTube gurus and ex-gurus that are into, oh, I sell puts, I sell calls. I'm like, yeah, okay, great. None of that is going to help you if the market's going to tank, even if 5, 6, 7%. Look at Oracle today, down to 139, down another $10, right? I mean, look, you could have been selling puts all this time from 330 down to 139. So where are you going to be? You know, it's a fool's game, seriously. They just pick up some, you know, pennies in front of the bulldozer, and then they go like, oh, look at me, I'm selling puts on, my win rate is 90%. Yeah, but what's happening after you get assigned to your underlying? Or they roll, all they do is kick the can down the road, and they have to keep going further out and out. And there was a great video. My hat's off to the gentleman who put out the video. I think it's One Lance something on Twitter, but I tweeted it out. It's in my Twitter feed. He said it perfectly, right? I mean, you know, all you're going to do is for a whole year, you're going to do 10 trades. 9 are going to be profitable, but you're going to get caught with one of these, such as Hood, such as Palantir, or such as SoFi, or whatever, or PayPal, or Netflix, which actually I added Netflix. I got assigned Netflix over the weekend in my long-term port, so I'm up to 5 stocks in the long-term port. And, you know, then what? Then this underlying keeps going lower, and then you just, all you're doing is, you know, people post like, oh, look at my realized gains. I'm hitting 90% win rate. And who gives a shit about 90% win rate when your underlying is bleeding? All you're doing is accumulating unrealized losses. And that's about it. And then you go sell calls. Those are not going to give you any protection. You know, you're going to take a couple of bucks for a month, and then stock is down 5 the next day. Then what? What good is any of that? So I'm not sure, you know, there's a lot of gurus and gurus all over the place these days, and I really don't pay any attention to any of these people. I'm hoping that the, you know, people with a lot of big following, right, about 50, 80, 100,000 followers on X don't follow these idiots, because then they're going to blow their accounts, because some of them may have the staying power with, you know, larger size accounts, and then most people oversize anyway, and then they just get blown out. And like, it's not my wish, but at some point when the market does sell off, right, all these people are going to disappear from the planet, and they're going to go, oh, what did I do? I'm like, yeah, what did you do? I mean, where would you be if you've been selling puts on Novo Nordisk, right? Or where would you be if you're selling puts on HIMS, which are the same, you know, all these same 10 stocks these people talk about non-stop. So, yeah, that's where we are. If anybody wants to come on, the link I posted, please grab it. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. As far as the market and the positions are concerned, I post the positions every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the community page of the YouTube channel. And, you know, pretty transparent, not much, right? Just transparently put out what I'm doing. Again, none of this is trading, financial, or investment advice. What I do is very risky. And if you're going to follow me, do your own due diligence. Don't follow me, period. My suggestion. Anyway. Yeah, the positions are these. I can go through them if you guys want, but I'll post it on the community page. We're going to look at some charts. So this is the intraday SPY. Retested 680 twice. You know, I have the 685, 675 PDS, put debit spread. We'll see where that's going to end up. They go out to March 20, regular expiration. So as far as positions are concerned, I have obviously ASST, which is, they're all going out to January 2027. They already hit the wall. They're zero, so I don't think I can bleed some more on that. I have BMNU, which I started selling calls this morning again. Last month's calls expired worthless. Started buying some Borg Warner calls. Way out of the money, just a little bit of a bounce play coming up. I'm short put credit spreads on ERO copper. That's working well. I had ONDAS puts, ONDS. I got out of those, but then that position was a wonderful trade, really. It was like a put credit spread I had sold. Then had bought call debit spreads with the money. Stock rallied to 11.5, 12. Closed out the short leg of the puts and the call debit spreads. And then now stock pulled back. I sold the long end of the puts. So that worked out. On Royal Caribbean, I'm short put credit spreads 310, 300s, SPY, as we know. Tesla is, I may be taking my hit there shortly. Money management is going to be key. On that one, I'm short the 1512 TSLL, which is a 2x ETF of Tesla. TSLL, put credit spreads, bought some call debit spreads with it again. But then today I covered the short leg of the call debit spreads. I bought them back at 10 cents. I had sold them in the 38, 39 cent range. So, these four-legged trades, transactions, when you put them on, give you a lot of flexibility on how to move positions around. Same thing with Walmart, up 2.5% today, up to 126, actually, just about to make a new high for the day. I had sold 120, 115 put debit spread, bought the call debit spreads, 120, 125 call debit spreads with that add credit, actually, which worked out just fine. I sold the call debit spread side with a double, and the short put credit spread I kept, because now time is on my side and stock is $6 out of the money. And if both sides, and my cost on that is just about $1.45 credit, I'll keep it. Just, both sides expire worthless, I'll keep all the premium. And I'm long 2500 ZSL. I had a covered strangle on that. I had bought the shares, which is the 2x ETF, inverse ETF of SLV. I had last month I had a 2-3 strangle for 96 cents. So both stock ended up at 203, I think, and both sides expired worthless. So I lowered my cost basis by 96 cents on something that's $2. Think about the percentages there. This morning, immediately I put on the 2-2 strangle this time, 2 puts, 2 calls. I'm willing to buy, I did that at 65 cents, so I'm willing to buy another 2,500 shares at $1.35, or let the whole thing go at $2.65 after lowering the cost basis by 96 cents last month. So, again, none of this is trading, financial, or investment advice. Trade at your own risk. Do these things at your own risk. Yeah, that's where we are. There are a couple other names that I'm looking at to add to the trading account. Long-term port, I'm long 5 stocks now. Google, I have Google. I bought it last April, so that's fine. I have this year's May 350 sold against them at 26 bucks. I paid 152 for the stock last April, so if I get called away, I'll be happy to let it go. After a year, taking advantage of the long-term capital gain structure, I am long Lululemon at 182. Stock is 179. It had rallied to 230. I didn't take profits on long-term account port. I don't like taking short-term gains because tax ramifications are quite different, as you guys may know. I don't want to pay 35% tax on those. I am long UPS at 96. Stock is 115, so that's fine. I don't sell calls on these things either. The only reason I sold the calls on Google because I think it got a little out of hand at 350, and 26 bucks gives me 376 exit on a 152 cost basis. So in a year and about a month, I'll take that any day, especially on a Mag 7 stock. I'm long Kava at 59. Stock is 68. I bought some puts. Earnings are coming out on that in a couple days. I just bought some 60 puts for insurance in case we tank, and then I'll let it go. But if not, it's fine. A couple of bucks. I paid $210 for the March 60 puts on that one. And yeah, and Netflix. I got to sign Netflix on Friday. Stock is 76. I had the 88 puts. I sold at 3.5. So for example, this is the case, right? With all the put sellers. Okay, I got to sign Netflix at 88 and 85. If you take the premiums out, I got a side on an average of 83.5. about 83, 83 and a half. That's my cost basis. Well, stock is 76. I'm down 10%. So should I post on X, oh, look at me, both, I took in so much premium. And what about it? My cost basis is 83. I'm down 7 points. Literally, I'm down like 10%, right, on the shares. What about the unrealized losses on that one? Nobody talks about those things. You know what I mean? It's just X is full of fools. They go, look at me. My win rate is 90%. Yeah, okay. What about it? What if you did that on Hood? Stock is 72. Down another 4 today. From 155, cut in half. And they go, oh, look at me. I sold the puts. Cash secured puts are wonderful. I'm like, yeah, well, you got to sign that 100. Then what? Now what? Now what? Right? Or, I mean, it's just ridiculous. The notion of like, oh, there's no risk in any of this stuff. Look at Oracle. I mean, what are you people talking about? I mean, 345 high, we just hit 139. What about it? What about it? It's all puts. Oh, okay. And? So you count that as realized gain on your P&L, but then what happens with the unrealized? And then they go like, well, until you sell it, it doesn't matter. I'm like, of course it matters. Your account is bleeding. And then they post, oh, my account's down 50%. Yeah, deservingly so, because your account is going to go down 50% because unrealized losses are just piling up. Just doesn't make sense. Some of these people are just, I don't know, man, if they just graduated from elementary school or what, or they've been just doing options on a market that just goes up. And then on the first little hiccup, they just go like, oh, my account's down 40%. I'm like, yeah, because the underlying is down 50%. All the put premium you take in and all the call premium you take in is not going to be enough for you to save your ass. And then you're going to start praying that the market does a V bottom again and saves your ass. It's just not going to work like that. It just doesn't work. I mean, my wish is not for a bear market, and I really don't care if there is a bear market. I'll protect myself. But a lot of these people have never experienced a bear market. They've been trading since 2020. Stonks only go up. Really? Go talk to the Hood holders. Go talk to Palantir holders. Where's that thing today? I'm not even sure. Again, man, trend is your friend. Okay, there you go. Palantir down to 130 from 200. Actually, that's only down 70 points. It's not that bad. But then what happens is like all these quantum computing stocks, right? I mean, they're cut like 70, 80%. You know, I'm not even going to talk about Hood. I mean, HIMS. There's Novo Nordisk. Under 40 now. And I've seen a lot of people are saying, oh, puts, I'm selling puts. I mean, yeah, okay, stock's 40 now. Down only another 17% today. Now what are you going to do? Right? And then they go like, oh, now I go sell calls. I'm like, yeah, okay, so on its way to 35. You're going to go collect a few more pennies in front of the bulldozer, and the bulldozer is going to run over you. So these fools are just, more than anything else, is just get on my nerve. I mean, look, I don't wish bad on anybody, but you will blow accounts doing that kind of garbage. Okay, selling puts is not risk-free, folks. Understand the risks, and then, you know, maybe learn how to take an L here and there, because some of these things may not bounce. And then people were like, oh, look at PayPal, though. I'm like, what about PayPal? There's a rumor that they're going to be taken over. If they don't get taken over, stock's going right back under 40 again. A stock has been owned in its bear market for the last 3 years. If you own PayPal versus SPY, opportunity cost, how about that? No? While everything else is flying. So I don't understand these people. But then it's their money. They can do whatever the heck they want. So I'm actually looking to put on a put credit spread on BWA, on Eaton Corp. I'm waiting for my spots though. On Eaton, I'll do it at 50 MA, which is about 360 range, maybe 355 to 360. Walmart did just fine. I wasn't able to put a full position, but I put enough to make a few thousand out of that. What else? Actually, what else am I looking to sell put credit spreads on? Okay, let me look at my list. So I have a 52-week high list, and then I just trade those. I don't pay any attention to any of the garbage that people are posting. So let's take a look at that. What's in my buy range? In fact, interesting. Apple is up 4 today. Let's look at some of the Mac 10s. Okay, so this is Walmart, but no, but SPY. So this is what I mean. This little tight range with the Bollinger Bands, as tight as they've been for 3 years. MACD's right at 0. I mean, this is going to be an interesting situation here. So if we do roll over here, we're definitely going to get down to about 650. And that's your, right, 4 or 5%, maybe a little bit lower, or, upper band. We'll see. Once the bands start opening up, pay attention, folks. Definitely pay attention. Listen to the market. Market knows best. Don't argue with the market. But yeah, this is the tightest we've been. You're literally 698 and 675. It's the lower end of the range, 695, 698. The upper end of the range. More sideways we go, the more violent the move is going to be. VIX is, I'm sure, is rallying today. Yeah, this goes up about 2061. TLT, let's see if there's flight to quality. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, TLT has been rallying actually, which means long-term interest rates are going lower. Dollar index, not much there. Silver. Silver is back at top of the range here and back to the middle band. I think we're just going to go in a range on silver and gold as well. Gold actually is outperforming silver again. So we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen there. Let's talk a little bit about crypto. Here's the IBIT, which is the next leg coming down, folks. I mean, we're going to definitely go, probably looks like we're going to go retest 60,000 on BTC and 1,800 on Ethereum. I mean, if anybody says that's bullish, I wouldn't be talking to you. There's nothing bullish about any of that stuff. So is that the next leg coming down? Is Ethereum on its way to 1,400 and Bitcoin down to, I don't know where the next level of support is on Bitcoin, to be honest with you, because we're just taking out pretty much everything. This ledge that we fell off of with high volume, now we're just kind of low volume, grinding sideways to lower. Good luck. And then you're going to say, then why are you DCAing? I'm like, I'm DCAing long term. I don't trade these things. A lot of people trade with leverage and whatever. So next support Bitcoin looks like 50K. And next support on Ethereum looks like 1,400. I mean, that's what the charts are saying anyway. Yeah. So down another 20%. Yeah, that'll put us to 1,400, 1,500. And yeah, it's a bear market. There's no ifs and buts about it. And then still a lot of people go like, "About Tom Lee said it's going to back up." Tom Lee doesn't know shit. I mean, I respect Tom Lee, but Tom Lee is just another human. Tom Lee doesn't know anything. Tom Lee can say whatever the heck he wants. The market's going to do whatever it wants. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. What else? Well, let's look at some of the Mag 7. Here's Apple. Just kind of going sideways. That's why the triple Q is going sideways. Triple Q is a little weaker than SPY actually, and MACD is under 0 now, so please be careful there, folks. If we take out the 200 EMA, we may get a little rush here on triple Q. So, but Apple, range bound, pretty wide range, decent trading situation. I'm sure Amazon, under 200 EMA. So a lot of them are under 200 EMA, which is not a good thing, not a good sign. Microsoft definitely underperforming. Microsoft is actually back to almost Liberation Day lows, down to about 386 from 550. That's Microsoft, folks. That's down 40%, and 30-40%. So that's a lot of market capitalization. Last April's low on Microsoft was about 355, 350 range, and we're getting pretty close. We're at 386, so another 30 points will be in April lows, while the market is only 3% from all-time highs. When I say market, the triple Q index. Right? So watch out. And best one is Google, only down 60 cents, like a champ. Netflix, 76. Tesla is pretty. Actually, I may take my L on Tesla here. Yeah, we're right under 200 EMA. We got to hold here. If we don't hold here, Tesla's going lower. Tesla's definitely going under 400. It is under 400. I mean, Tesla's going under like 375, probably. Back to maybe 350 to 325, 350 range. That's why in the triple Q or SPY is not going anywhere, because SPY is a market cap weighted index. And these 10 stocks are the largest market cap stocks. Last but not least, NVIDIA. Earnings are out on NVIDIA. It may save the market. Actually, it's bucking the trend today, up $1.50. But NVIDIA is the same price as it's been since last, I don't know, a little bit higher than last July, actually. So, yeah, I mean, is that a top, or is that a based sideways for 7 months? And if it takes off, it's going to get up to 230, 240. We'll find out. But Hood in its own pain world, 72. I may be interested in it about 65. So patiently we'll wait for that. A lot of people love SoFi. I don't know why. That's got it had a 17 handle, 1750 low today. I may be interested in that at 15. If it gets there. If it doesn't get there, fine. No rush. And a couple of other names that I'm looking on the list, in my list, is I'm looking to buy some AD&T. Yeah, I like that one, actually. I pulled back to, after making 52-week high, good earnings. MACD on a sell short-term, but about zero. Not concerned. Actually, let me take a look at the trade there, what we can do there. I'll go out to March. March is enough time for a quickie. Sell the 25 puts, buy the 22.5, 92 credit. Actually, I may just put that on now, and then buy the 25 calls. Exactly even. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'll do 5 lots of that. How much is that going to cost me? $1,200 for 5 lots, no problem. Okay, I'm putting that on for the members who are watching. So I'm selling the 25 puts, buying the 22.5 puts. That's the put credit spread. And I'm buying the calls. I'm not selling any calls against it. Just as long as I can do it at even or some credit, I'll take it. Order sent, nothing done, of course. I'll add 5. Okay, so they're not doing it. Well, I don't want to do it at a debit. Now, if I can, let me go see, change this real quick. Oh, they didn't do it for nothing. Let me try again with the 25-30 call debit spread. Let's see. Zero bid, but you never know. Okay, selling the 25 puts, buying the 22.5, buying the 25s, and selling the 30s. 20-cent credit. Where's the stock at? 24.50. Yeah, 20-cent credit. Let's try that. Oh, they're not doing it. Yeah, spreads are a little wide on this one. Maybe we can leg in. Maybe we can leg in. Let's leave the order there. Forget about it. Stock rallied. It was 23.97 though. That's why I should have done it in the morning. Let's try to leg in. 125, 155. Let's try to leg in. Let's try to. Okay, so 25 puts 125, 155. Let's try it at 140. Okay, that's done. Let's try to buy the puts at 45, so that's 95. Okay, so what kind of credit did we do that at? Let's take a look. 140.45, 95-cent credit. Okay, sometimes legging in works when the spreads are wide, market makers are dicking around with you. Okay. Instead of doing it on one ticket. So let's see if we can buy those 25s at 90 cents. If we can buy those 25 and 90 cents without selling the calls, we're going to do it at a nickel credit, which is good. Let's see. No, we didn't do it. Okay, we can do it for 95 for sure. So that'll be even. No, actually, hold on. 145.95 will be 50-cent credit. Right? No. 95.95, it'll be at an even. Okay. Let's do it at an even. And then we'll add to it if it pull back to 24 again. All right, so we did it at even. We didn't sell the calls. We just did 25, 22.5. PCS just bought the calls at there, and let's try for 5 more. Okay. Let's go for a 95-cent credit. See, if I don't leg in, they're not giving it to me, which is sad. Okay. Buy. Let's try to do it at even. 5 more lots. Okay, done. Did 10 lots. Like that trade. Stock is where I want it. And a little bit higher than where I want it, but we're right there. Retest of the high would make me some decent money on this trade. Okay, so that's done. What else was I going to do? SYNA, right? Eaton is not there yet. BWA. I like that pullback here. Maybe a little bit more. I'll put on a credit spread there. Lear. Yeah, that's pulling back nicely. SYNA. I gotta wait on that a little bit. UPS. Okay. Oh wow, Walmart just absolutely ripping now. Okay, we have the put credit spread there. Let's see what we got there. We got the put credit spread there. Yeah, no, I'm not going to cover that. There's no point. Just let it go. AD&T, we added. Okay, we did it at even. Again, I'll post these positions. Again, none of this trading financial investment advice. Do not do what I do. What I do is risky. Okay. Okay. I sold 5 of the put debit spreads on SPY at 360, which is good. On 350, actually. Okay. Yeah, on Tesla, I don't like Tesla's look. And it's probably going lower. Gotta manage risk, folks. What else is on my list? NVST is on my list. Let's take a look at that. I like that chart quite a bit. Lear, EXC, ETN. Yeah, ETN, I need it a little bit lower, but I'm definitely going to do that. I need ETN like at 50 MA. I'll take a look at the pricing. We're at 355. We're at 362. Let's look at the pricing on that for March. Sell the 360s. Buy the 355s. Okay. Buy the 365s. Sell the 375s. $1.75 debit. Nope, not going to work. Yeah, I need 360 for it. I can expand the wings a little bit, but then taking more risk. 360, 350. High is 400 on that, so we can go 370, 380 for 45-cent credit. I like that one, but I'd rather do it at 355. Yeah, I like that chart quite a bit too. This is buy on pullbacks, folks. CIFR is on the list. It's kind of unusually rallying. I think earnings are due on that today, I think, after the close. Tomorrow. We'll wait. I like the OSS one-stop systems. Dollar Tree, no. Dollar General, yeah, that's just winding. That's gonna go. Yeah, those are the stocks I'm watching. Yep. So we did AD&T. We'll add to it if it pulls back a little bit more, but this is the spot I wanted to do it. If it pulls back to 23.5, 24, I'll add to it. EWA, I'm definitely going to do put credit spreads. If we pull back down to 20 MA, down to about 56 range. Not yet. The pricing is not there. Okay, so we added a position while we're live. That's why it's called Trading with Sergio. 10 lots is good for now there. Trying to sell BMNU calls, lower the cost basis some more. What else? ERO copper. We'll put those on at $1.80. They're down to, let's put credit spread 30.25. Expiration March 20th. We put those on at $1.80. We're down to like $1.30. Just let it go. Let it go meaning like watch it, but obviously time's on my side now. Yeah, RCL. Ooh, SPY. We're getting a sell-off now. Maybe I'll sell 5 more of the put debit spreads. I do have the orders in. Yeah, we just stop where we need to stop. That's the WEWAP. 10-minute, 10-day, just stuck in this range. 675 is going to be the key, folks. Or 670, 675 is going to be the key. If we close below 675, watch out. You see this? Actually, there's one more low here at 670.5. After that, we're looking at 650. Quick trip to 650. Yeah, this range is crazy. How long have we been in this range? Look at this. We'll see. We shall see. I will add to RCL at some point. Otherwise, I could close the PCS on Walmart. I don't see a reason. Definitely add to RCL. Can we do those? Actually, we can do lower strikes now, probably. Yeah. Yeah, support is 270. Wow. Yeah. So what did EMA 286? Nah, we'll just wait. Patience. Patience. Harman, FIGR. That's interesting. Figma. That's potential. Yeah. Where is him? 15 handle yet? Oh, Jesus. 15.55. No thanks. Yeah, I have my numbers. Just wait until they get there. If they get there, I'll do it. If they don't, we'll do it the next day. If they don't, we'll do it the next day. Gotta be patient, folks. The 3 Ps. Patience, position size, and planning. Have a plan. Patiently wait. Markets open every day. No need to rush. Anyhow, let's answer some questions and then go. All right. Let's see what it does. Really should down us to CS businesses. You want. What would you recommend if I'm still bullish long-term on stocks I hold? Average down slowly. Good thing is I don't need the money. Depends on your size, account size, right? How much bleeding can you take? And, in all of this, look, man, I'm not against selling options. Look at me. I sell put credit spreads all day long. But I do it with defined risk downside as opposed to just being naked puts. Okay, so depends how much bleeding you're going to take. But the most important thing in all of this is, a lot of people don't talk about something called opportunity cost. There are all these wonderful stocks that are making 52-week highs. They're just growing and doing all their thing, but people are stuck in the same stocks because they heard it from somewhere, followed some guru or whatever. Opportunity cost is the biggest thing that you're just bleeding on. I mean, you're losing that, right? Look, there's traders and there's investors. I have 2 accounts. I invest in my long-term port. I try to hold them over a year, 2, and I rotate. and then I trade. Trading is trading. You got to take an L. You got to learn how to take an L. So what you did is you started as a trader, and then now you're a long-term investor. Because now you're convincing yourself, and I'm being brutally honest here. A lot of people convince themselves that, yeah, Hood is a good investment at 72. Okay, if the market sells off 10, 15%, Hood's going to be 35. I have no doubt, right? And my thing is, not everything is to be bought and held forever. Stocks do go up, stocks do go down. Look at PayPal, look at Oracle, look at UPS. Even before I bought it, it's been in its own bear market for years while the market was doing wonderfully well on indexes. So the opportunity cost I'm talking about, if you were stuck in a UPS for 3 years on its way from 350 to 85, you could have been on an index and made 25% a year for 3 years in a row. Simplest opportunity cost is that. But then instead of doing that, maybe you could have been in Palantir instead of UPS. That went up 10x, right? Or whatever. So that's the thing that people don't understand. Opportunity cost. You're losing, right? And it's easy to say, once you're stuck in something, it's easy to say, I still like it long term, because that's the last famous words most people put out there. I go, I still like it long term. But what is that? What is long term? Is there a guarantee? Like Hood is going to get back to 155? We get a bear market that gets cut in half again, and then half the Robinhood YOLO folks blow their accounts. Then what? Right? So all I'm saying is, some stocks are to be bought and held, some to be traded. So figure it out. If you're a trader, be a trader. If you're an investor, be an investor. Don't mix, business with pleasure. That's all I'm saying. I'm not against selling options whatsoever, but understand the risk that you could get nailed. You could be right 9 out of 10 times, and that one time that you're wrong, all that is going to get wiped out. All of it. I've seen it before. I'm not trying to be mean or rude or whatever. And when I do comment, then a lot of people go like, oh, I'll see you in a year. I'm like, bro, you're going to blow your account. I've seen many of you a million times in the past. There's just like no positive catalyst instead, especially with the elections going on. Yeah, I mean, market, man. Market's going to try to do whatever, it's going to try to make everyone wrong, up or down. And that's the markets. Once you understand that, once you understand the force that what you're thinking or your opinion is not valid whatsoever, neither is mine, neither is Tom Lee, neither is Michael Saylor, neither is Trump, market's going to do what it's going to do. Maybe Trump is the only person that can move the markets. Outside that, hoping and praying after you do something is not going to work. So my goal is to inform and educate, and then you can take your own, you can take your own shots. What do you think is the best to put my hard-earned money in? I don't give advice, man. If you follow the channel, you have ideas of what I'm doing. There is no such thing. The best hard-earned money. Hard-earned money should stay hard-earned for you, especially if you cannot afford to lose it. Okay? That would be my advice. And here's my member, my PBR is doing great. I have PCS. Okay, cool. Happy for you. You may have picked a good one. I have no idea what PBR is. PBR. What is PBR? Petro Brasileiro. Yeah, beautiful chart. Beautiful chart. See? You're learning. Instead of dealing with this, right? Here. Instead of dealing with this, you deal with that. Now go sell puts on that, buddy. You make all the money. Look at that. Look at that beautiful uptrend. Instead of dealing with this, Oracle, Adobe, they just keep getting cut. ServiceNow. Look at these things. CRM, Salesforce, and new 52-week lows. I wish I was short all of these things. Well, hedge funds are short, and they're pressing their shorts on all these software stocks. You know, there's your Meta. Okay. I mean, talk about Microsoft. I mean, Microsoft is not your Uncle Bob's company here, right? That stock is down 170 points. You could say, yeah, I like Microsoft long term. Okay, do you like it on its way from 355 to 255? And hopefully back to 500? While you're waiting for that for a year or two? What's happening to the rest of the world? In fact, you know, out of curiosity, I'm just going to go to my 52-week high list and look at the Microsoft chart. I have 183 stocks on my 52-week high list as of today. I'll probably update it. Okay, here's the stocks. Aluminum Corp of America. Would you rather be in that, or would you rather be in Microsoft? Again, it's not the same stock. I understand it's not the same group. But what I'm trying to say is that all this opportunity cost that you're losing, I am definitely going to trade AA after this sideways action is concluded. AAOI. Here's another one. Look at that. I'd rather be selling puts on this than expire month after month, as opposed to selling puts on something like Hood. Why would I? But then a lot of people, you know, they go like, oh, yeah, Hood's going to be 300. Nope, it's 72 now. There you go. That's another one. See, I'm just going alphabetically, just going, look at this, right? Analog devices. Micron. Why SanDisk? What about it? Why would I deal with anything else? You know? AEE. Go do yourself a 52-week high list. It's easy to do, folks. Trade those. Yeah, I'm going alphabetically. See what I mean? Okay. That's all you need to do. Patience. All right. AEO. Actually, that's pulling back quite a bit. I may be interested in that. American Eagle Outfitters. Yeah, give me the 200 EMA on that. Patiently, we got to wait. We got to wait. That's why I have 183 stocks. And I'll probably 200 stocks by the end of today. And I guarantee you, on a big down day today, if you want to your 52-week high list, I bet you there's at least 50 stocks or 100 stocks making 52-week highs. And then they're actually, you know what? I can do that on TOS. Let's do it. Out of curiosity. Out of curiosity. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. New yearly highs. Look at these. Look at this group. In fact, I'll set it up. See, I have it set up already. At the end of the day, I'll go pick my winners out of this. And then we'll just move on. We'll just move on. Let's do it this way. Nope, not New York Stock Exchange. 52-week high. New yearly highs. Okay. And then I have it set up. And no, not that one. Here we go. Let's do it again. Okay, so I have it set up as last net change, bid-ask, simple moving averages, 20, 50, 200 RSI volume, right? Okay. Look at all these stocks. Look how many stocks there are making 52-week highs on a day market's tanking, right? And then you can go look at 52-week low list if you're short or if you want to short things and set your filters up and it'll spit it out for you. Look at the 52-week lows. I guarantee you every software stock is in there. Look at this. HIMS is in there. Netflix is in there. NVO is in there. All these stocks. Look at these. Look at this list. So on big down days, that list is going to be a lot longer. But then, if you look at the 52-week high list, look how many stocks there are. So why go trade something that's making a 52-week low? So in my trading philosophies, I buy high, sell higher. That's for trading. Long-term investing, maybe you should pay attention to buy low, sell high. There's two different things. Here's the 52-week high list. Again, if I were to go in there, familiar names. Philip Morris is in there. Why not go trade Philip Morris, right? Well, why not trade, why not? Coca-Cola is in there, right? Coca-Cola is looking like honestly, it's looking like a tech stock. It's ripping, right? I mean, all these stocks are in here. Okay, so why are we questioning this? Like, why are we questioning the sanity of the markets? So we got all these stocks. There's at least 150 names in there. Okay, some familiar names, some unfamiliar names to some of you, but I rather sell puts on these than sell puts on the other ones. That's my philosophy. Some people may agree, some people may disagree, but I'm not gonna. So I'll go through a few more charts for you guys. Okay, AER. AGCO is in there. Beautiful chart. Waiting for a pullback now. Right? Akamai Technology is in there. See, there's Akamai Technology. This is like the bad earnings. It's kind of pullback. Okay, cool. Albemarle is in there. Look at that. Why would I deal with anything else? Century Aluminum is in there. ERO is in there, which I have a put credit spread on. Up today with the market down, tanking, stock is up 77 cents. There you go. You wouldn't even know market's tanking today, would you know? And then now AMD is breaking down, right? Okay, but right at the 200 EMA. The moment of truth is here. I mean, there's like 183 stocks I can go through. And when they do pull back, I sell put credit spreads. Sometimes I buy call debit spreads with it. Sometimes I don't. But, you know, my goal is to make money any way I can. It's tough enough as it is, you know, and you want to catch falling knife after falling knife, your chances of holding the handle on that is not going to be high. Not going to be high. Most of the time, you're going to get slashed. And when I say this, people go like, oh, you wish bad. I'm like, no, absolutely not. I don't wish for a bear market. I know how to make money in the bear market. I don't think most people don't understand that. But the point is, what are all these fools going to do on a bear market? They're going to cry on X. There you go, Sienna. I mean, why am I dealing with the other losers? I'm like, how do I know it's not going to go lower? And then you're going to say, well, how do you know this is going to go higher? Well, look at Sienna. From 100 to 350. You could have been selling puts, put credit spreads, buying calls, whatever the heck you're doing for all this time, while you're dealing with Michael Berry and Palantir or Amit's Investing or whatever. I'm like, who cares? There's 10,000 stocks, man. 10,000. 5,000 are tradable. Okay. There's Southwest Airlines. I'd rather trade that. There's Coca-Cola. There's Walmart. Up today. Up 3 today on a market that's dead. Right? There's J&J. All these names. Because that's what the institutions are buying. You think this is happening with Robinhood YOLO money? This is all institutions. J&J was 170. Top. This is 250 now. You're going to sell puts, put credit spreads all this time. And you could have said that, well, how do you know it's going to go higher? Because that's what happens. In trading, buy high, sell higher. I rather go with this trend. There's an established trend. Every time it pulls back to 50 MA, every time it pulls back, you get on it. Get on the train. And then at some point, obviously, they're going to get a haircut, right? But all these pullbacks within the trend are your friend, as opposed to me guessing, where is this going to stop going down? I have no idea. Plus, I don't even want to deal with it. It takes too much energy for me. Oh, yeah, this is deer. I mean, I don't know. DG. Yeah, that thing is going to break out and melt up. It'll probably go up 20 more points. So those are the lists that I watch. Some people agree, some people disagree. Actually, in my 52-week high list, there's more greens than red, believe it or not. So Eaton, definitely I'm going to trade. BWA, definitely I'm going to trade. Here's Freeport McMoran, FCX. Look at that, consolidating at a high level. Silver stocks, AG. Look at that. My first Majestic Silver. Hecla Mining. Actually, that may be a buy. HYMC. Right? Yeah. Fastly. Yeah, did we miss that? No, I'm going to pull back to 15. I'll be all over that thing. Corning glass. Look at that. I mean, that is endless. Or you go hood. Like, why? How do I know? How do I know it's 72 good? On hood had its time, right? After April, went from 30 to 155. Where were you all this time? Right? Okay, you miss it, you missed the low, forget the low. Let's say you got on it at 40, you missed the low by 30%. And then you missed the high by 20%. So 40 to 120. Isn't that enough meat on the bone right there? Now, no. I don't know. It may go to 65, it may go to 35. I don't know. So I don't want to suffer on the way down, basically. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say, folks. Now this is one. Okay. Man, I missed a short on that. I'll just buy it though. Buy it on the first pullback to 20 MA. Pretty high probability trade. This one I like quite a bit. LIVN. It's winding up. Light path. It's kind of going sideways. MOD. See? One after another. Again, 183 of them. NXT. Ondas pulls back to 9. I think I'm going to give it a chance. That thing's winding up to go higher. RCL, I got to be careful. I only have 5 put credit spreads there, but I got to be careful. Yeah, close the gap, which is good. We'll see what happens. Red Rock Resorts, that's Muro. Yeah, that's pulling back into support actually. There was another one. Let's see. Even Schwab is selling off. It's on the 200 EMA now. Yep, actually it's taking that out. I might take a look at Schwab at like 90 bucks. JP Morgan, 200 EMA, Goldman Sachs. Yeah, it's weird. Market's weird. Some things are just not paying any attention to the sell-off, and some things are just kind of going. Here is Simon Property Group. What's wrong with that? I don't know. Toll Brothers, believe it or not. Yeah, Tesla is looking sickly. I think I'm going to take my L. Yeah, I think I'm going to take my L on Tesla. Or TSLL. Take a small L. We'll come back to play again. No need to push. VSCO, Victoria's Secret, topped at 52, we got 64. Walmart ripping. WPM ripping. Okay. Yeti had bad earnings. Not bad. I mean, guidance was not good, I think. No, not yet. But anyway, we'll put AD&T on it, 24 and change. BWA, please give me a little bit more of a pullback, please. So I can get in there. Anyway, so trade those, folks. I gave you guys 50 names, 100 names. Again, none of this is trading, financial investment advice. I'll put the screener up, sent it over to you, review to me. Okay. I appreciate it. Did you send it on the chat group? So I do have a chat group, by the way, but then things are going to change there. So we're building something that I think is better. But stay tuned for the members. If you want to become a member, you click join, send me an email, Sergio@sergioavadian.com. I'll send you the chat group link. One of my members is in LA from Miami, so I'm hoping to meet him today. So nobody wants to join? Okay, last chance. Last chance. When it comes to these screeners and things, I have a bunch of them. Just called Keep It Simple Stupid, right? I don't need to do anything different. I'm just going to do what I do, keep my powder dry for days like this, and trade. Invest something different. Trade. We're trading. We're trading, folks. That's why it's called Trading with Sergio. That's why it's called that. Let's take a look at one more SPY. Yeah, we're just rolling over. I don't know. I don't like the way this looks, man. That's why I want to take my L on Tesla. Yeah, we got up to WeWap. It's a 2-minute, 1 day, 2 minute. And then this is for the day traders. Yeah, I have my PDSs for sale at much higher prices, but I'm not even sure I want to sell them now. I have some hedging going on. You can always hedge with futures, obviously, so that's another thing you can do. Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing to do, man. That's about it. Just wait for my prices. On RCL, you have the lower leg, by the way, if you're doing a put credit spread and the lower leg gets violated, you need to roll or you need to take your L. I'm not a huge fan of rolling, so I'll probably take my L. Yeah, on Tesla, definitely. I just think I'll keep the PCSs, but then I'll sell the calls, probably take an L. Small L's are always good, folks. Take your small L. I don't want to close my Walmart. I don't need buying power. Yeah, that's going to keep working. Every day. Theta, right? Time decay. So just put credit spreads are just like a cash secured put, except much with limited downside risk. And yeah, why take all that risk? Less risk, more money. Not the same amount of money, obviously, because you're buying a put, selling a put, buying a put. But you know, going in, what your max loss is going to be, which is the width of your wing. So that's what you do. Anyway, nobody wants to come on. It's been good enough. An hour and 15. Red hat, hopefully. Not going to be repeated much more than this, and tomorrow or the next day, but we'll see. We'll see how things are going to work out. Join me on Wednesday. Trading with Sergio, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Stay healthy. May all your longs skyrocket and may all your shorts tank if you're that kind of a person. Other than that, we'll see. We will see you guys on Wednesday. Have a great week. Hopefully we don't bleed too much, but watch that range. 671, 696, 697 on SPY. I think, or watch just the Bollinger Band start splitting, opening up, That's a sign of volatility picking up. So be careful selling puts when the volatility is picking up. A lot of people go, oh, volatility is high, I should be selling puts. Well, yes and no. So if you don't know the answer for that, do it at your own risk. I'll see you guys on Wednesday.